Welcome Facebook, welcome Zoom. If anybody joins, they want a private session, it's H20 Mondays. Thank you for joining. I'm about a minute behind. I am actually headed to a conference tomorrow that I'm excited about. I'll be introducing Birds of a Feather. If you haven't got your copy, make sure you buy it. Welcome to H20 Monday. This was in the making because we need water. Our planet is predominantly water, so is our body. We need it to live by, to nurture ourselves by. I enjoy it in swimming, and it's just an opportunity to just be well. And we need to hydrate. It's hot in Atlanta, and it seems to be the hottest summer all over the planet. So take care of yourself with that. My air conditioning actually went out last week, this week. I don't know what week we're in. And I've been giving thanks every day since it's been repaired because it only took a couple of days for them to get to me, and it wasn't something major, and I just grateful. So that's beginning with the end in mind, which is habit 2. And also the 2 Harriets in my life, Harriet Hainsworth and Harriet Tubman. So let us begin. I will do our first thing. I usually do first things first, but we're just gonna go ahead and hop in because I've got to finish packing and getting ready to travel. Anybody who wants to join and have a private time with me before I leave, that's fine. I'm going to a conference in Chapala, Mexico. I'm sure we'll be tuning in on Facebook. Please look us up there. I actually have a conference workshop with my prayer partner, Ellen. So we're looking forward. We'll probably record that and make sure we put it on YouTube. So with that said, I'm going to speak to that topic, and I don't have my first things first right here. So please go to myhappyacademy.org and look for Mother Teresa's Recipe for Peace so you can always stay in a peaceful state of mind with all the things that happen in our lives. I think we don't realize that trials and tribulations are going to happen. One of the things I grew up with, if something bad happened to you, then it's because you were a bad person. If something good happened to you, because your parents raised you right, which was insane. Because anything you do is on you. If you do it well and you saw somebody doing it well, if you saw somebody doing it wrong and you're doing it wrong, I mean, it's up to you to figure out what feels right inside to do the right thing. We can get groomed to doing not so right, going against nature. That's what the 7 habits are about. The foundational principles are knowing that there is a set of laws out there that work, whether you know what they are or not. Gravity is a law. Whether you understand electricity, you still use it. You can use it to cook with, or you can electrocute somebody with it. I mean, it works both ways. It's a power that works for or against. And that's the law that we work with in our own lives. So with that said, as we start to work with teens, let me put these glasses on because they match a little bit better. I have a tendency to want to match. But with that said, I want to pull out this because it's all about our habits. And we can't begin with the end in mind if we have reactive habits and we blame everyone and society. And not that things aren't real out there, it's negative. There's some negative consequences for everything that happens in the world, and we might be in the path of that. But I want to read this to you and see if you can agree with this, because I do. Who am I? I am your constant companion. I am your greatest helper or heaviest burden. I will push you onward or drag you down to failure. I'm completely at your command. Half the things you do, you might just, turn them over to me, and I will be able to do them quickly and correctly. I am easily managed. You must merely be firm with me. Show me exactly how you want something done, and after a few lessons, I will do it automatically. I am a servant of all great individuals and a last of all failures. Those who are great, I have made great. Those who are failures, I have made failures. I am not a machine, though I work with the precision of a machine, plus the intelligence of a human. You may run me for ruin or run me for profit. It makes no difference to me. Take me, train me, be firm with me, and I will place the world at your feet. Be easy with me, and I will destroy you. Who am I? So I will make you wait till next week on that one. I'm a habit. Anything that we do is a habit. It creates our destiny. So that we have to get in the habit of habits that make us instead of habits that break us. And we can tell what the difference is. It's so many times that we want to see something and get something. Having the book was wanting to see it and have it, but there was a power in the decision to go ahead and make the book happen. And the workshop topic is on conscious conversations. I do that with my prayer partner on Tuesdays. I developed that a few years ago. I used to do dine and dialogue, but now I turned it into conscious conversations because the more conscious we are about what we talk about, how powerful our words are, that's what habit two is. But, because we just talk about it. One of my mantras is when the end is held firmly enough in consciousness, the means to bring it about has already been set in motion. And Carpe Diem is at the end of all of my emails and the emails that I do, because I tell people since I've left IBM, it's like I am no longer email driven. You probably want to give me a call or a text to hear from me. So our habits really do make or break us. So let's make sure we're doing habits that begin with the end in mind. And what I want to include here is that when we are thinking of habit two, let it be like a blueprint, kind of, sort of, but you can make changes to it because the world is very flexible that is up here. But we still have to know what we want. Do we want to be happy, and do we want to be kind, and do we want to be courageous? And so many times people are thinking about, I want a house, I want a car, I want an education, I want things. But if we get into our character first, then all the things will come. So we will go to the grown-up version of habit two, and we will close with one of my favorite areas for habit two. And if anybody wants to join, Ava, I haven't seen you in a few weeks, girl. I'm gonna have to give you a call. So let's do this exercise, and everybody can write this down, because I always mention Harriet Tubman in reference to one of the courageous people that I admire and wish to live abundantly by. But when we're choosing a center, we have to have our own center. We have to know that it guides us, it makes our decision, it motivates us. Something in Harriet Tubman guides her, something in my Aunt Harriet guided her, something in me guides me. So something in you guides you. So as long as you have that center, it helps you make choices that drive you to greater decisions. So one of the things I like to mention is not being family centered, because most of us think family is supposed to be at the center, but it's really that power is at the center. Not money, not possessions, not work, not pleasure, not friend, not enemy, not religious organization, not self, not spouse. What is supposed to be at the center is a principle centered. Someone who is principle centered based decisions on things that govern effectiveness. Principles are ideal cores because they allow us to seek the best alternative through conscious choice, knowledge, and values. Principle centered people try to, number one, set apart from the emotion of a situation and from other factors that would act on them. And number two, make proactive choices, evaluating options. And that habit one is be proactive. That's when instead of breaking up against whatever is bothering you, this is the stimulus, this is the response, and we do this. Instead of that, we put a space. And that's where habit two is. If we can always pause and not just react to everything that happens to us, because it's so easy to do. I mean, we're human beings, but if we come from our higher self instead of our lower self, we will pause. And in that pause, we begin with a happier end in mind. And you become birds of a feather that seek peace, that seek kindness, that seeks joy, that seeks happiness. And you get it every day, because if you seek those things, everything else that you need and want and care for will be added to you. So with that said, it looks like nobody joined on Zoom, so I'll get to keep moving forward. I'll be back home by next week. I'm headed to a conference. I'll return home and wish us well that we enlighten spirits wherever we go. That's what we are. We're all a light into the world. Remember to buy birds of a feather. It is to contribute to the well-being of teens. You know, the more effective we are as teenagers, the more we effective are as adults. I've got a friend and a new colleague that came over that wants to help with Happy Academy. We're going to start Birds of a Feather counseling, and we're going to do it for children of all ages. But I really want, even if you're an older person, I had a friend of mine that lives in St. Thomas, and I'm going to be supporting his daughter, who will be my extended family, because we need each other. We need people to talk to and talk out what's going on. And when we talk it out and we talk to the whatever's challenging us, but make sure we begin with the end in mind, that what we want's greater to happen, and we can make it happen. So when the end is held firmly enough in consciousness, the means to bring it about has already been set in motion. So I will see you in a week. Thank you for joining H20 Mondays. Remember to contribute to Happy Academy, and anything that you need in reference to prayer or affirmations, learning how to meditate, just pausing for the cause and knowing that this life matters, and you're here to live it happy. Have a great day. Thank you, Facebook. Thank you, Zoom.